Hello everyone, welcome back to another video from Shomu's Biology. This video is very important. This is going to be CSIR Net Life Science syllabus analysis. Complete syllabus analysis video, right? I've made several videos on all the 13 units, not only about the syllabus analysis, but also regarding the type of questions, the question pattern analysis, most important topic list. I want you to watch all the 13 videos for all the 13 units. But now if you want to know the overall syllabus of CSIR Net, and if you want to get an idea about the syllabus analysis, like which topics are more important, which is moderately important, which is least important, with the color grading of green, yellow, red and everything that I've done for you. This is a two-part video series wherein this is the first lecture where I'll discuss about the syllabus analysis for CSIR Net Life Science from unit 1 to unit 7. This first part. In the second part of the lecture, you're going to see the syllabus analysis for CSIR Net Life Sciences, and that will be from unit 8 to unit 13. So without any further delay, let's dig in to talk about the complete CSIR Net Life Science syllabus analysis from unit 1 to unit 7 in this particular video. So let's see. So starting with this unit 1 syllabus, I'll give you this: the structure of atoms, molecules and chemical bonds, that is out there. The next is composition, structure and function of biomolecules. Now among these two parts, structure of atoms, molecules are really important before understanding biochemistry, but they don't have any direct impact of understanding. So what I can tell is that the structure and function of biomolecule is more important. That's why it's green color coded. Lipids and proteins, all the molecules, biomolecules, so macromolecules, be it proteins, be it nucleic acid like DNA, RNA structures, as well as the fatty acid structures, all are very important. That's why they are with this green color. The next one is stabilizing interactions. So van der Waals, electrostatic, hydrogen bonds, all the kinds of bonds that are present are very important, but this is little lesser important, so that is denoted with this yellow color code. Principles of biophysical chemistry is there, pH, buffer, all these things are there. They are not that much of important than the other two that we have discussed. That's why we don't have any color coding. Bioenergetics are important, that is the del G, gives free energy changes. And here we have parts of metabolism, glycolysis, oxidative phosphorylation, and this oxidative phosphorylation is very important. Next one is principle of catalysis, the enzyme part of the biochemistry. Principle of catalysis, enzymes and enzyme kinetics, enzyme regulation, mechanism of enzyme catalysis, isozymes. So anything related to this enzyme important apart from the isozymes. All this process, all these parts of the enzymes, particularly enzyme inhibition and enzyme principle of catalysis, are very important. The next one is conformation of proteins. Now again here we have the structure of proteins, the components, structural elements of the protein, secondary structure, tertiary structure, the protein structural hierarchy, Ramachandran plot, domain, motif and structures are very important from this syllabus. We have conformation of nucleic acids, A, Z, B, DNA and RNA structures, microRNA. This part of the structural part aspects of the RNA and DNA, nucleic acids, are important but the least one. So we have green, the most important, we have yellow, the moderately important, and we have red, which are least important. But still we will have the question from all these topics approximately every single year. Like sometimes they ask a question, sometimes may not, but these are the important topics. Stability of proteins and nucleic acid structures are also equally important. And lastly, the metabolism of carbohydrates and metabolism of lipids are the very important type of topic from unit 1 CSIR Net Life Science syllabus. Now here we have metabolism of vitamins, nucleic acids, amino acids, but they are not that important, believe me. The syllabus is unnecessarily lengthy in unit 1, so we need to find a way in order to accommodate all the things which are really important for us and study those portions only. So really unit 1 biochemistry is a subject from graduation, masters, a whole course, and that is only one unit, so do not forget that. So understand this. So the green topics that I mentioned here are carrying more importance, and this is not just telling in the air. You can see, you can yourself find this by analyzing last 10 years CSIR Net question papers. If you check them thoroughly, you will find out that these are the topics, the questions from CSIR Net unit 1 has been asked repeatedly from. So prepare these units and you will be ready to go. And in cell biology, first we are going to talk about the different topics and subtopics that are there as per the syllabus. So nothing fancy here. I didn't write anything, I just copied and pasted the syllabus, but we have this color grading: green most important, yellow, moderately important, red least important. So we have this syllabus for you. So starting with this membrane structure and function. Cell membrane structure and function is very, very important. Be it the structure of the membrane and function of the membrane, both are important. Structure of the membrane is little bit more important than the function of the membrane. Next one, here we have the structural organization and function of intracellular organelles. So organelle structure and function. Now in the organelle structure and function, the cell wall is important, and cytoskeleton as an organelle is most important among all. Okay, so these are the two moderately important. Then we have organization of gene and chromosomes. Here we have the chromatin structure, and also we have beads on a string model. Okay, and the organization of the chromosome. We are going to talk about the formation of the CpG island part, and also we have this repetitive DNA, heterochromatin, euchromatin, transposons. All these things are present there. So gene families, chromatin, chromosomes, and organization of the chromosomes are yellow, moderately important. But the repetitive and unique DNA, heterochromatin, euchromatin, transposition, that part is even higher important. Okay, next is cell division and cell cycle, and this is the most important topic from unit 2, CSIR Net Life Science syllabus unit 2, right? Cell cycle regulation, cell cycle checkpoints and regulation with all the name of the proteins and cell signaling related to cell growth, all are very, 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 very important. And we have microbial physiology, that is a microbial growth, yield, and all these things. Earlier CSIR have asked questions, but these times, for past 3-4 exams, they're not asking much of questions. So microbial physiology is, according to me, least important among all the topics. Alright, so now let's begin to talk about CSIR Net Life Science Unit 3. So starting with the CSIR Net Life Science Unit 3 molecular biology syllabus. So again, the syllabus is right in front of you, and we have a color coding: green most important, yellow moderately important, red least important. So starting with this one, DNA replication, most important, belong to the most important topic category. DNA repair mechanism and recombination, DNA damage, repair mechanism, these are also there, which are important and they are moderately important. Next one is the RNA part, the RNA synthesis and processing, that is transcription. Now RNA transcription in case of prokaryotes is not that important. Eukaryotic RNA transcription, particularly RNA transcription initiation in eukaryotes, is very, very important. The transcriptional activators, the repressors, very, very important. The regulation of eukaryotic transcription is even more important. RNA processing, post-transcriptional modification of eukaryotic RNA, be it 5' capping, 3' polyadenylation, splicing, all are important. RNA editing, very, very important. Structure and function of different types of RNA, RNA transport, all are very, 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 very important. So keep this in your mind. Next is again the translational protein synthesis. In the protein synthesis part, very much similar between eukaryotes and prokaryotes. The only difference is the 60S initiation complex, 100S initiation complex. So that is something that you need to prepare separately. But apart from that, the initiation of protein synthesis, that is amino acylation of tRNA charging, tRNA synthetase activity, very, very important. I don't know why, but they ask question from this topic every single CSIR Net exam. Post-translational proofreading is very important. Translational inhibitors, particularly the antibiotics that we use, are very, very important. Post-translational modifications of protein are very, very important from this unit 3, from this topic. Then we have control of gene expression at transcription and translational level in prokaryotes. Prokaryotic gene regulation is moderately important here. Eukaryotic gene regulation is also moderately important. So remember the DNA replication, the transcription in eukaryotes, translation, post-translational modifications, and post-transcriptional modifications among the top topics from CSIR Net Unit 3 syllabus, CSIR Net Life Science Unit 3 molecular biology syllabus. Now let's move on. So let's move on, start talking about CSIR Net Unit 4 syllabus. Again, 3 color coding is used. If you haven't watched any of the earlier videos, green means most important, yellow means moderately important, and red means least important topics. So let's start with the syllabus. We have host parasite interaction, starting with recognition and entry processes of pathogens like bacteria, virus into animal and plant host cells. Now although there are animals and virus, bacteria and virus both are listed, but to be honest, they ask question from bacterial pathogenesis, not the viral pathogenesis. So you can stick to the bacterial pathogenesis part, moderately important. Next is cell signaling, most important among all the topics out there. Cell signaling part, individual cell signaling processes, hormone signaling, cell surface receptor, G protein coupled receptor, receptor tyrosine kinase, okay, signal transduction pathway, second messengers, all these things are really, really important. They ask a lot of questions, and any cell signaling pathway that leads to the cancer is important, leads to the overgrowth of the cell is important, is even more important. So keep this in your mind. Next is the cellular communication. Regulation of hematopoiesis is important, okay, and cellular communication means intercellular communication. How two cells communicate with themselves. Eukaryotic cells communicate with themselves, and there are gap junctions, tight junctions, extracellular matrix structures, integrins, neurotransmission. This part is also equally very, very important. You can see that every single CSIR Net question paper, you're going to find a question from gap junction, tight junction, desmosomes, hemidesmosomes, integrins related to that. Very, very important topic. Third, now next one is cancer. Now part of the cancer biology is very important. Anything related to the cancer is very important for CSIR Net. There's 2 to 3 questions, part C from cancer biology. Okay, so tumor suppressor genes, oncogenes, progenitor cells out there, and in the cancer biology, apoptosis, that is programmed cell death, and therapeutic interventions to stop the growth of the cancer is also important. Apoptosis pathway is very, very important. Apoptosis pathway is moderately important, but the rest of the cancer part is really important here. Next is innate and adaptive immune system. I also keep this in a most important part, because in this part there are so many things. Basically it's immunology, but if you look at the syllabus, there are like MHC1, MHC2, T cell, B cell, training of T cell and B cells, conversion of B cell to the plasma cells, production of antibody, types of antibody, their function, antigens, and the malaria and HIV infection as a type study of infections that are out there. So these are the topics out there, but you can see there are 5 topics, actually there are 4 topics: host pathogen interaction, cell signaling and cellular communication, cancer, and the immunology. Now among them, I personally recommend to go with any 3 or 4 of your choice. Now basically I don't prefer to go with the immunology part. The reason behind it is that the immune system part is huge, and preparing immunology will consume a lot of your time. If you know the basics of immunology, you can easily get that from my YouTube channel. In English there is a playlist, in Hindi there is a playlist, and those will be sufficient for CSIR Net examination. So if you prepare that, it will be sufficient. Later I will go with the cancer biology, cell communication and cell signaling part. And if you are from microbiology background, obviously the host pathogen interaction is ready with you. So from microbiology background, you have host pathogen interaction, cancer biology, immunology, those will be ready. Obviously cell biology portions are always ready. So for a microbiology background candidate, unit 4 is something that they should not leave. But for other individuals from a background like biochemistry, or let's say from a background from zoology or botany, or zoology, botany, those subjects, they can take any 3 or 4 of this, 2 or 3 of this out of 4 topics or 5 topics, and can continue the preparation. Alright, so let's begin with CSIR Net Life Science Unit 5 syllabus. And the syllabus is big, so don't fear, because I just kept the syllabus as it is. And we have a color grading: green, most important; yellow, moderately important; and red, least important topics from this syllabus. Starting with this basic concepts of development. Now the basic concepts, what we have here: potency, commitment, specification, induction, competence, determination, differentiation, morphogenetic gradients, cell fates and lineages, understanding the basics of developmental biology. And this part is important. They ask significant number of questions from the basics of development. So this is of moderate importance. Next is gametogenesis, fertilization and early development, the stages of early development, where we have fertilization in sea urchin, we have gastrulation and formation of layers in animals, embryogenesis, establishment of symmetry in plants also. Okay, so both of them are important. Blastula, gastrula transition is important, zygote formation, cleavage, furrow pattern are also important. So this gametogenesis and fertilization portion is really important. This is the most important, among the most important topic that is out there. And apart from this most important topic that is out there, gametogenesis and fertilization event, what else we have? We have plant, and establishment of symmetry in plant is something that is also equally important. Now this unit 5 is a developmental biology. So whether it's developmental biology of animals or developmental biology of plants. Now I call it developmental biology of animals, because if you see the questions for past few years, you are going to see that 80 to 20%. Animal development questions are 80%, plant development 20%. And that's why I keep the plant development part separated. Only 2-3 things that you need to study from the plant development part for unit 5. Rest is animal development. You need to focus on that. Next one here is morphogenesis and organogenesis in animals. So vulva development in C. elegans, limb development in tetrapod are equally very important. Next is morphogenesis and organogenesis in plant in yellow color, moderately important. Shoot and root apical meristem formation, shoot and root development, leaf development, phyllotaxy, and flowering. Particularly the flowering part is really important for CSIR Net examination. Floral development and architecture is very important for CSIR Net perspective. Okay. The next one is programmed cell death, aging, senescence. Not that important at all. So this is the overall syllabus for CSIR Net Unit 5 developmental biology, and you can clearly see the animal development is more important, including the basic concepts of development, gametogenesis, early development, morphogenesis part of the animal, and the plant part only morphogenesis, particularly floral development. Okay, in Arabidopsis, and the double fertilization event and floral development part is something that is important, and the symmetry, establishment of symmetry in plant is something that is important. Apart from that, rest are animal development topics which are very important from unit 5. Many people fear unit 5 because this is something new to their career, new to their life. They don't want to read new things, but preparing unit 5 will be easier if your cell biology understanding is crystal clear. So prepare your cell biology very well in order to understand developmental biology. So let's start with the CSIR Net Life Science Unit 6 syllabus for you. And if you know this series of videos, if you are watching the series of 13 videos of all this CSIR Net Life Science units, you know that for all we are discussing the CSIR Net Life Science syllabus, but the syllabus is color graded. The green is most important, the yellow is moderately important, and the red is least important. So let's start with unit 6. The first one, photosynthesis, most important topic from unit 6. One of the most important topic, photosynthesis. Obviously the mechanism of light reactions as well as the Kelvin cycle. But along with that, you need to know the CO2 fixation in C3, C4 and CAM plants and the comparison. Every single CSIR Net examination, there will be question from this part of C3, C4 CAM plants. The next one is respiration and photorespiration. In plants, citric acid cycle, plant mitochondrial electron transport, alternate oxidase. None of them. I haven't find any question from this, so I don't even color coded it. Next is nitrogen metabolism. Earlier, like when we were appearing in the CSIR Net examination, at that time nitrogen metabolism was a hot cake. Like there, every single session there were 1-2 questions from this topic. But now, for previous 3-4 examination we are observing, there's no more question from this, so I put in the red color code nitrogen metabolism. Nitrate and ammonium assimilation and amino acid biosynthesis part is not that important anymore. Plant hormones are second most important. Okay, biosynthesis of plant hormones, storage, breakdown, transport, and cell signaling by these plant hormones. Be it 5 important hormones: auxin, cytokinins, gibberellin, ethylene. Okay. And abscisic acid. These are the 5 hormones that you need to prepare for. Sensory photobiology, very important, moderately important here. Structure, function, and mechanism, phytochromes, different forms of the phytochromes, cryptochromes, what are they, how they function, and everything. Very important. Next is solute transport and photoassimilate translocation. Now this is the part, solute transport, that is basically water transport from the soil to the top of the tree, and water potential, how water potential is related to the water uptake by the plant cells. Next is the clearance of food from the source to the sink. So the sucrose that is produced by the plant leaf transported from the leaf to the rest of the part of the cell, how they are transporting. So xylem and phloem both involving movements are equally important. That's a moderate important topic. Secondary metabolites are always there in the syllabus. They ask question from secondary metabolites, but again least, like among the red color, so lesser importance. Okay. And the last, stress physiology. Stress physiology is more important than secondary metabolites and nitrogen metabolism these days. They ask a lot of questions from stress physiology, plant to biotic stress like pathogen and insects, how the plant will react against it, and also abiotic stress. Particularly they ask more questions from abiotic stress response by the plants, water, temperature and salt stress response by the plants. Now this is a topic that the botany students are more familiar with. that you might be less familiar with. But apart from the stress physiology part, even in the stress physiology you will see involvement of different solutes out there, and osmosis play a key role, which is a part of cell biology. So if you know cell biology very well, you will understand unit 6 even very well. It will be easy to adapt to unit 6 understanding. So these are the units and the topics and subtopics that you should prepare for from unit 6. Now let's move on. So let's first talk about the CSIR Net Life Science unit 7, animal physiology as per written syllabus. So this is the complete syllabus. We have the color grading. We have green most important, yellow moderately important, red least important. So let's start with the first one, blood and circulation. Related to that, this topic is least important. They don't ask much question from this topic. They can ask the question related to the artery and vein, the valves that are present or absent, their internal structures and all. Next is cardiovascular system. This is among the most important type. Anything related to the cardiovascular system, especially the intrinsic conduction system, ECG part is really important. Next one is respiratory system, among the yellow color, moderately important topic. Exchange of gases is very important. Nervous system, the neurons, structure function is not that important. The important part is action potential, resting membrane potential, that is more important. Here is the yellow color, moderately important topic. Sense organs, vision, particularly CSIR asked many questions from the rod and cone cells and their involvement related to the vision. Not much regarding hearing, but hearing and vision, these are the two things, not much over the tactile response or any other response. Vision is the most important, but still the number of questions that they are asking from this topic is decreasing gradually, so I put it into the yellow color. Excretory system is very important for CSIR Net Life Science syllabus. Comparative physiology of excretion. Most important is the formation of urine and role of nephron in the formation of urine, waste elimination, and how exactly the blood volume is regulated, blood pressure is regulated. Very important. The next one is thermoregulation part, red colored, least importance. I haven't seen question from thermoregulation in times. Next one is stress and adaptation. Now stress and adaptation questions are not asked much often. Digestive system is not that important. They are not asking question for last 3-4 examinations. Next is endocrinology and reproduction. Now this is also very important, among the most important types. Any endocrine system, like an endocrine system is something that you can prepare in less amount of time and you can answer most of the questions, although it's memory based in many occasions, but it can stay with you if you follow my videos regarding the endocrine system or the plant hormone, the animal hormone as well as the plant hormones in that unit 6 chapter, and we have the mind map videos out there, and we also have these mnemonic videos that you can follow. So hormone and disease, reproductive process, neurological, neuroendocrine regulation. So all these things related to the endocrinology is very important. So cardiovascular system, excretory system, endocrine system, and sometimes nervous system. You can see these 4 systems are most important. Rest of the systems are not that important. Muscular system is not even there in the syllabus. You don't need to read it. Okay. Let's move on to the question pattern discussion now for you. The question pattern in unit 7, human physiology. There will be more memory based questions than analytical questions. Okay. Now tell me one thing, if you look at this syllabus, where you are going to get the idea about animal physiology? This is human physiology, this is no animal physiology. I hope you like this video, and if you like this video, then please watch the next video because it's going to be about unit 8 to unit 13. CSIR Net Life Science syllabus analysis from unit 8 to unit 13. You will be very clear about every single details. Get the syllabus print out as a hard copy in your hand. It's very important that you have the syllabus very clear in your head while preparing for the CSIR Net Life Science examination. You can start doing that, and please watch the next video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to get more videos like that in future. Thank you. Bye.